See, India is fast growing both in population and urbanization, and industrial growth also is there. So keeping all this in view, urban to rural and rural to urban mobility will be the main issue in the coming days for the overall industrial growth. As GDP grows, people would require to move from one place to another. Along with this mobility issue, there is an issue of environment conservation. So both the automobile industry, which takes care of the road transport, will have to contribute in a big way to come up with solutions which are environmentally sustainable in the long run, as well as to give the required support for the mobility in general. Well, both the Indian domestic manufacturers as well as foreign companies operating out of India are both putting in their bit into investments to boost production. The country is also looking at a favorable national manufacturing policy so as to encourage greater indigenous manufacturing, both not only in the auto sector but also across the industry. In the automation plan 2006 to 2016, we also have a slew of steps, a series of measures aimed at encouraging local manufacturing in India of all kinds of vehicles. So in the days to come, India will grow into a global automobile hub. We are already termed as the small car global hub, but soon we will also be manufacturing other types of vehicles at the world scale level. We are already the largest manufacturer of tractors and three-wheelers in the world. We are the second largest manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world. At the beginning of the automation plan 2006, we were ninth in the passenger car segment at the world level. We have already become seventh, and by the end of the mission plan by 2016, we hope to come to the fifth rank at the world level. Here we are now in the middle of the automation plan 2006 to 16. Over the last 4 or 5 years of the plan, there have been ups and downs in the sense that due to the global recession and slowdown in 2007, 8 and 8, 9, there was a slight dip in the production levels and also exports. But in the last 2 years it has now picked up, and we are well on track to achieve the major goals, that is to boost the overall turnover from 45 billion US dollars in 2016, as also to increase the contribution of this sector from 5% of national GDP to 10%, and another major target would be to boost employment, additional employment creation in this sector across the value chain by about 25 million skilled manpower. So we are well on track, and we have already achieved 73 billion US dollars turnover last year, and we are well on track to achieve the 145 billion target by 2016. Well, as I said at the beginning of the mission plan, we were contributing around 4.5 to 5% to the national GDP, but it is slated to grow to 10% of national GDP. Of course, the GDP itself is increasing in a big way. So the auto sector, which is a great value creator across the value chain, right from components to vehicles to dealership to finance to insurance to transportation of goods and services across the country. Across the value chain, we hope to achieve about 10% of the national GDP by 2016. In terms of turnover, as I said, US dollar 145 billion annual turnover is the target to be achieved by 2016. Yeah, the employment in auto sector is both ways, the direct employment as well as indirect employment. Direct employment may be limited to approximately, as of now, at the beginning of the mission plan, it was 500,000 direct and about 12.5 million indirect, because the dealers, the mechanics, the insurance, the banking sector, which all puts inputs into the overall automotive sector. adds to the creation of large amount of indirect manpower. So by the end of the year, by the end of the mission plan, we hope to achieve 25 million additional jobs, most of which will be in the indirect sector, in the indirect component. And we are working towards it through a new initiative, which is Auto Skills Development Council and the Auto Skills Development Initiative, which will take care of this very, very important shortfall or gap in the entire industry. Well, APEC 16 will bring together a large number of stakeholders, important stakeholders, not only policymakers, but also industry, very importantly technology leaders, and the entire, all the stakeholders involved in the automotive industry. So this will be a good occasion to showcase and to learn from each other's experience, because a lot of international inputs will also be there, to learn about the future technologies which are slated to come into the automotive sector, because automotive sector has to, or the automobiles of future have to be fuel efficient. They have to take care of the problems arising out of pollution. Environment conservation is a big buzz now, as well as to take care of the requirements of the public or the users across the country and across different countries. So different countries have different profiles. In India, maybe small car, two-wheelers would be a focus area, as well as public transportation, which requires to be buffered up and improved in a big way. So this will be a good occasion to cross-ventilate ideas, creative ideas, so as to come with plausible and good practical solutions for the future. See, about 2 years back, we organized one environmentally friendly global level conference in New Delhi in November 2009, which brought together about more than 100 international experts, as well as 200 to 300 domestic experts in environmentally friendly technologies in the automobile sector. Similarly, this APEC 16 will bring a lot of such inputs, expert technical inputs, which would then lead the way for the kind of initiatives which can be taken up in the future, so as to improve the overall technical competence of the Indian automobile industry.